Good morning, Northwest, and welcome back from our 5-day break. Glad to see our Ravens back in the halls, coughing and sneezing once again.
Yes, we're so excited to be back and start off your short week strong with a few segments to warm you guys up.
We'd also like to give a shout out to Northwest's very own Kellen Harris, Julia Fales, and Garrett Howard on placing third in the Martin Luther King Festival.
Alongside that amazing video, our ONW choir was the main feature at the festival. They performed a song called Power of Kindness, so stay tuned at the end of the show to hear their performance.
Well, we better get started, Avery. It seems like a very packed show.
To start off, let's pass it over to our very own Keaton Code and Heidi McCormick for a fun segment with our wrestling team.
What's up, Ravens? I'm Keaton Code, and today I have a few members of the wrestling team with me to play a quick game. The rules of the game are simple. Each wrestler will put on their Beats headphones and blast music so they can't hear, and Heidi behind the camera will ask them some random questions, and they'll do their best to read their lips and see what they're saying. Up first, we have Noah Conover. Let's get started.
What did you eat for breakfast?
That's personal. I can't tell you that. Yeah.
What sound does your favorite animal make?
Usually, I'd say push and pee probably. Usually, yeah.
How would you describe the texture of mashed potatoes?
Like 7.5.
What toppings do you like to put on your ice cream?
Oh, McDonald's sweet tea. My go-to.
How many times a day do you floss?
Jack Frost, I think. Maybe.
Thank you, Noah. Up next is Jaden Okendo, but first, I'm going to hand it back over to Max and Avery at the desk.
We're now joined alongside our Stuco class president and the 2022 state debate runner-up, Kaylin Wellman, to learn a little more about this year's winter dance and state debate this past weekend.
With COVID numbers rising, we understand there may be some changes to this year's winter dance. Kaylin, can you tell us a little more about this?
Yeah, so our winter dance normally takes place in the commons, but to account for the increased amount of infections, we've decided to expand it to the main gym area, so it's going to be a lot wider of a space so we can kind of mitigate the spread. And we've also had to change our date. We initially had it planned for January 29th, but since Omicron is kind of spreading a lot right now, we've decided to push back that date. It's undeclared as of right now, but it'll be later in the year, either in February or March.
Okay. So how much would tickets still be?
Yeah, so tickets are still going to be $15. Yeah.
Okay. And then what are some fun things that you guys are planning for the dance or wanting to do for this year to make it a little more special?
Yeah. This year, we're kind of trying to go all out in decorations. Our theme is Under the Northern Lights, and so while our winter dance has typically been scaled back, we're trying to put it on a little bit of a higher production level, not to hype it up too much, but I think it'll look really pretty. We're planning to have a lot of sparkles around the place, and we've got some really fun ideas.
That's cool. And then you're also our debate expert, I guess I would call it here on the show, you 2022 runner-up. What was your experience like over your 4 years for Northwest?
Yeah, I've had a really good time with the debate program. I would say it's kind of been a defining part of my high school career. I've made a lot of my closest friends in the program and have kind of really found my career even from my participation in debate.
Yeah. And then I was talking to you earlier, you said that you were at this meet and you experienced something that was trying to make the experience less toxic. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, so 2 weekends ago, me and my partner competed at the Debate Coaches Invitational, and we had an experience with one of our friends. They were debating Maverick because their partner was sick, and even though they could not win a single round because it wasn't allowed for people who are debating by themselves, they still chose to go, and they read a bunch of literature about how the debate space can kind of be toxic at times. And so me and my partner seeded the round and used that time for a discussion, and we had a really good talk about how we as individuals can kind of alter our interactions in the debate space to make it more inclusive.
That's really cool. I think that's interesting how you guys are able to use that space that usually is competitive and have an open conversation about that. Yeah. Well, thank you for joining us today. Now it's time to throw it back over to Heidi and Keaton for more wrestling fun.
Joined by senior wrestler Jaden Okendo.
What did you eat for breakfast?
Frosted Flakes.
What sound does your favorite animal make?
Hands and knees.
How would you describe the texture of mashed potatoes?
Basketball.
What toppings do you like on your ice cream?
Silence and Maddie's.
How many times a day do you floss?
ONW is the best school.
Thank you, Jaden. Back to the desk.
I just can't get enough of these wrestling segments. They're just so funny. Jumping into our world of ONW sports, quite a bit happened over our mini unexpected 5-day weekend. To start off, our girls basketball team took a bus trip down to Lawrence Free State last weekend and dominated the Firebirds with a lead 30-4 at halftime. The girls continued to crush it in the second, never looking back, coming out victorious of a 53-12 win over the Firebirds. That's insane. Good job, ladies.
On Saturday, our Lady Ravens wrestling team took 9th out of 24 teams in Wichita at the Best of the West tournament. Huge congrats to Chloe Harris for taking first, Val Galligan for taking second, and Alyssa Rowland for taking fifth.
Our boys wrestling team also hit the mat in Wichita on Saturday at the Duane Miller Invitational. Congrats to Lucas Conover and Gabe Schrull for taking first, Max Keller, Jesse Duckworth, Noah Sharp, and Noah Conover for taking second. Our Raven wrestlers took second place overall. Great job, boys.
Our boys basketball team took on William Chrisman at the CW Sessman Invitational in Liberty, Missouri on Tuesday. The boys were down 30-25 at half, but they kept battling in the second half to keep the game within striking distance. But in the end, ONW unfortunately dropped a close one, 58-53. Way to continue fighting, boys.
But coming up, our Lady Ravens basketball team goes against Shawnee Mission South here at ONW at 4. We'd love to see you guys there to show your support for all our girls.
Our boys basketball team is continuing on in the Liberty tournament today and is storming the court at 4 o'clock against Leavenworth. Also, our bowling team has a meet today at Park Lanes at 3 o'clock. Good luck to all of our Ravens.
And although our wrestling team was unable to practice this week due to, you'll never guess it, our great old pal COVID, they still plan to slam their opponents on the mat tomorrow at Blue Valley Northwest. So best of luck to them.
On the topic of wrestling, let's toss it on over to the one and only Keaton Code and Heidi McCormick once again for one final time with our Raven wrestlers.
Welcome back, Ravens. I'm now joined with Gianna DeSico.
What did you eat for breakfast?
Red.
What sound does your favorite animal make?
Wrestling.
How would you describe the texture of mashed potatoes?
Roller skating.
What toppings do you like on your ice cream?
Peanut butter.
How many times a day do you floss?
I don't know.
Thank you, Gianna, and the rest of the wrestling team, and good luck on the rest of your season. Now back to the desk one more time.
And now to close out our show for the day, we want to leave you guys on a positive note. Get it? No. Max wrote that, not me.
A little dad joke for all my dads out there. It's so funny. And now I present you with my very own Da Capo Choir with a song they presented for the Martin Luther King Festival. So let's toss it over to Taylor and JP.
Go for it. Hello, Ravens. I'm Taylor Haynes alongside JP Cardenas to bring you some insight on the annual 22nd Olathe Martin Luther King Day that happened this past weekend.
That's right, Taylor. Martin Luther King Day is a day where all the city of Olathe can come together to continue to fight the battle against racism and equality. And it's a day where all of Olathe can come together and showcase some of their projects and creations that they've made. So yeah.
To commemorate this year's event, our very own Da Capo singers from Olathe Northwest were chosen to sing The Power of Kindness, written by Mark Hayes.
So Simon, just to ask you a question, what was it like being able to meet Mark Hayes in the classroom and for him to come with our choir and direct us?
Well, I think it was really cool, especially to see his creative process, why he included all those messages of kindness and positivity. And especially when he was directing us, it was really cool to see how exactly he did it so he could achieve that vision of kindness that he really wanted to show in his song.
Awesome, thank you.
And what is one aspect that Mark Hayes brought to the classroom that you won't forget anytime soon?
Well, he made it very clear and showed us how important it was to make the choice to be kind. There is a lot of hate and a lot of problems in our world, and he made it very clear that choosing to be kind, choosing to be forgiveful, and just loving is the best choice we could make.
And just to wrap things up, Elise, how does it feel to be able to record this song and be a part of Martin Luther King Day, and what is the impact that it had on you?
Yeah, it was great to record this song, and I think it sparked a lot of conversations within our choir, and hopefully MLK Day and this contest sparks conversations in the community to help commemorate MLK's legacy of kindness and community throughout the community.
Awesome.
Well, thank you guys. Without further ado, let's take it over to The Power of Kindness, recorded by our very own student teacher, Mr. Wong.
I believe in the power of kindness. I believe in the power of love. When I live from a place of compassion, life is better for everyone. Whoa, whoa, life is better for everyone. I believe in the power of oneness. Though I may not look like you, the truth that we are more alike than different is not some empty platitude. Whoa, whoa, not some empty platitude. I believe, I believe, I believe. Whoa, I believe in the power of connection. When I'm brave and put down my screen, I release the fear of rejection. In your eyes I'm truly seen. Whoa, whoa, in your eyes I'm truly seen. I can see your point or insist that I'm right. I can be civil or I can pick a fight. Does it serve others or just serve me? What will it, what will it, what will it be? Whoa, whoa, whoa. I believe, I believe, I believe, I believe, I believe, I believe, I believe in respecting your opinion. Even when we don't agree, I am taking one step forward to live with you in harmony. Harmony, I believe in action, 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 action. I believe in the power of action. There's so much we can change. One great idea can start a chain reaction. Our world will never be the same. We are the people for this time. We are the ones who can show the way. Why not start a kindness revolution? Why not start this very day? Start this very day. Kindness revolution. Kindness revolution. Kindness revolution. Kindness today. When we believe in the power of kindness, when we believe in the power of love, life is better for every life is better. Believe in the power of kindness. Do you believe in the power of love? When we live from a place of compassion, life is better for everyone. We are the power of kindness. We are the power of love. We are the heart of compassion. We are the power.
Man, I gotta say, it felt really, really special being able to sing in that choir and hopefully impact a lot of members of the community.
I totally agree. Mark Hayes is such an inspirational person, and thank you again to Miss Williamson who included us in this amazing event. It really is amazing.
Well, let's toss it back on over to Avery and Max to close this show out.
Well, Ravens, that's all we've got for you today on this jam-packed edition of Good Morning Northwest. But before we go, we want to wish our Raven cheer team the best of luck as they head to Dallas, Texas for the NCAA High School Nationals. Good luck to our ladies as they compete against teams from all over the U.S.
And don't forget, on Monday at 7 a.m., the Fathers Club will be outside the main entrance in the front and back, and the events entrance handing out chicken, biscuits, and high fives.
And this just in, late breaking news. To close out Kindness Month next week, we will be having a Spirit Week. The schedule is on our screen, or check RSC's socials for more details. We'd love to see as many staff and students participate as possible. And if students tag RSC on Instagram at ONW Raven Service Club or use the hashtag ONW Kindness Month showing your participation, you'll be entered to win a gift card. Wow, I'm definitely in.
And now that we have everything covered, for more news and updates, be sure to check out all of our socials, including Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at The Raven Network. And don't forget our website, theravendaily.com.
For Good Morning Northwest, this has been Max Weaver
and Avery Johnson. Stay extra safe out there, Ravens.